Professor Ptolemy Tyson here for the Cranial Emission Show with Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and Caleb Crispy. Now that's what I call a compound.
Welcome back to the Cranial Emission Show, folks. Broadcasting. Oh, you're in disarray over here, Miggy. Oh, wow, I did.
Here, I got your email here that's got them on it.
Welcome back to the show. The second segment, broadcasting live from the Lion's Den here in Ybor City. The great Brian Lyon, kind enough to have us here. Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, the C-Squared, Caleb Crispy himself. You want to be a part of the show.
Don't forget about me.
And Sancho Sanchez, the producer. You want to be a part of the show, you can call in by dialing 813-438-6068. If you're a social media person, go to Facebook, facebook.com/The Cranial Emissions Network. Like the goddamn page. You can also follow us on Twitter at Cranial E. And, it's time for the police blotter. We haven't done this in a while, but this is a segment we've done for many years where we break down the various antics with criminals from across the world. So, Sancho, cue the police blotter music, if you will, buddy.
Guilty as hell.
It's my favorite part.
I love that part with the police academy guy and the and the Law and Order gavel. Yeah.
So this story here is out of somewhere. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, there.
I'm kidding. This guy's out of. It's another story out of up north there. You got Illinois. You got Indiana. This is out of Greenwood, Indiana. Adam Wozniak, if I'm quite correct on that name. It sounds pretty close. 19 years old. Decided he was so hungry in the middle of the night. He probably smoking some weed too, most likely, because I get hungry in the middle of the night when I'm allegedly smoking something in the realm of marijuana. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead. The homeowner called police shortly.
Only in Colorado and Washington.
Of course.
In California.
I will have some Charlotte's Web, but that's not going to do me any damn good, obviously. So Andrew Wozniak, homeowner, the homeowner that he broke into this house, because this guy was really hungry, called the police shortly after 3 a.m. reporting a man standing in his living room with nothing but his underwear eating his chips. What the motherfucker, eat my chips. So he had
when you're hungry, you're hungry.
He obviously had a craving for chips, so he decided to break into this house.
How did you know the house would have chips, though?
Every house has chips, Caleb. Even if they're stale, there's still some chips lying around, most likely.
You're probably right.
No,
I am
think
very right about that.
No, that depends on the resident, because if you're me,
and you do CrossFit.
I don't do CrossFit, but if you're me and you go to the grocery store, you do buy chips, but they tend to get consumed
in one sitting
within one bag in 2 sittings, but in the same day.
Of course, yeah.
And because you got
to get them go to the bathroom.
Well, you got it. Well,
then it's 2 sittings.
Look, Caleb, it's moderation. So
Absolutely.
you eat half the bag at dinner and then half the bag post-dinner.
See, this is where I think they're really screwed up with chips and all the other nutritional value. You see serving size. And you're like, no. We always get these frozen skillet meals at home, and it's serves
very healthy of you.
Yeah, serves 4 people. Serving size 4 servings. Bullshit. I can eat the entire thing by myself.
Well, Caleb, clearly they're talking about the little people. They're, we're not allowed to call them dwarfs anymore, right? We're clearly talking about little people. We're not talking about,
Hi, sweet bitch.
We're not talking about fine, rotund specimens like ourselves.
Hey, I'm in shape. Round's a shape.
Exactly. But so this guy breaks into a house to find some chips. So does he, in fact, Miggy, does he actually find some chips?
He found chips, and he was eating said chips right in the middle of the living room. So it is what it is.
Yeah, this reminds me of a story I heard the other day of a guy broke into a woman's house, and she caught him making a baked potato.
No, actually, I have that story.
Do you really? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get.
I wouldn't have called the cops on that guy because at least he's eating healthy.
Now, while we're on the subject of
baked potato.
while we're on the subject of robbery related to chips, in Iowa City, at the Creekside Market, they were called around 11:20 p.m. last Friday for a report of a burglary.
Hey,
now,
can I interrupt you real quick? The first 5 stories of mine are all fucked up. I have to go back into my thing. I'm gonna. Hey. Yes, thank you. So what's
Thank you for taking it
what's
off of
happening
me.
here? The new PBR is on the rise. That link is correct. So the Snoop Dogg suing, that is correct. Snoop Dogg is for the Badass of the Week. Snoop Dogg for drunk guy breaks into house over chips. I have not one story of mine. Guy shoots self in the foot, which is the next story. Thank you. I'm just going to let you in on that. Does this look like a guy who robbed a gas station
I
and got
know,
caught for
I know.
nachos? What is going on? Were you high? You must have been high.
I was not high, and I do apologize.
Are we?
But let's get back. Let's get back to the topic at hand here. Okay. To
Don't
quote
forget to bring a towel.
to quote the vernacular of the T-shirt I have, just use the force. Use the force.
I don't know what's going on.
So Iowa City police were called to the Creekside Market around 11:20 p.m. last Friday. It was a burglary. The officers discovered a 20-year-old Francisco Munoz. He was about 100 yards away from the convenience store carrying 2 cases of Corona beer, which is surprising when the guy's last name is Munoz that he would choose to drink Corona. But this is how they found him. They found him because they followed the trail of liquid nacho cheese.
Shut up.
What a waste. You don't ever spill the nacho cheese.
And in North Korea, they'd be rudder raised.
This is
Right.
an irresponsible criminal. They said that Munoz's shirt was covered in nacho cheese. There was a trail of snack foods. There was a trail of snack foods and lottery tickets between him and the store.
I'm seeing a theme between these last two stories, by the way.
I'd be really bummed because that's a lot of nacho cheese lost.
That was what I was
How
saying.
bummed would you be, Ben?
Look, I mean, you know, when I partake, allegedly, I get hungry. And I'm walking past this store
Hold on,
in
you
Iowa
need
City.
to partake to get hungry?
I'm always hungry. I'm walking past the store in Iowa City and it's closed, but God, I see that nacho cheese
Talking about
pump.
the mom pie.
And I think to myself,
What a
wonderful how can I enhance my mom bod? Nacho cheese, baby. Nacho cheese.
High five.
Is that correct? That is correct.
Wow.
Nacho cheese will enhance
I
your
do love some
mom
nacho cheese, by the way, though. Man.
because it's nachos.
It's nachos.
You know what would
snap.
make the Lion's Den better?
Nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. If there was a pump
Nachos.
of liquid nacho
Brian?
cheese.
Brian,
Brian, we need nacho cheese.
we need nacho cheese.
or Famunda cheese. depending on
Nacho
what you-
cheese next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay, well, Miggy, this next one is yours, even though I didn't give you the proper web link to it.
All right, let me find it on my sent mail because I was probably going to get it correctly. Oh, God. You know what?
You should have been finding it while we were talking.
Well, I was
We
so
were-
excited and we were getting into the
You
moment.
know, we were padding out the story to give you some time here.
I knew a guy named Pat McGroin one time, but that's neither here nor there.
My dad actually knows a guy named Michael Hunt.
That's funny that you say. That is funny that you say that because that was my name in the high school yearbook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Did you
dude.
actually use that?
Yeah, me and my boy Chris from Chris Sakich. He actually, my buddy Chris Sakich. This is a quick off spin, real quick, because we're going to talk about a guy who shot himself in the foot to see how it feels in just a second. Out of Colorado, which ties in perfectly with my friend Chris Sakich, who was also in the high school yearbook under Mike Hunt. Unbeknownst to ourselves, he went on Wheel of Fortune, won it all. Good for that guy. He needed that money. He went on Wheel of Fortune, swept everything.
I had some
even
friends
with-
growing up that were on the Temple of Doom or whatever that Nickelodeon show
No,
was.
that was the Hidden Temple. Or
Hidden
something.
Temple, yeah.
My friend, a buddy of mine was on the same show. as a matter of
Silver
fact.
Monkeys.
Who was your friend? Jordan?
No.
My friend Jordan was on that show. Anyway,
I had 2 friends that were Irish gay guys, and they were named Michael Fitzpatrick and Patrick Fitzmichael.
well, hey, you also went up into the store and had a twofer. You know, twofer there. You had a twofer beers now. And some guy shoots himself literally in the foot, metaphorically. Wait, literally in the foot? Yeah. Some guy shoot himself in the foot metaphorically. Only known as Adam Hurdle knows if it's worse to do literally. You know, screw this.
It's not metaphorically. This guy literally shot himself in the foot.
I'm a good radar.
This guy decided he was going to, and this is what's weird to me. How bored are you in life that you decide,
Hey, it'll only.
I
hurt.
want to see how it feels if I shoot myself in the foot? And that's what this guy did.
Hey,
He
you know
walked
what?
outside, pointed the gun down his foot, and shot himself in the foot.
y-
And then was
At
arrested
least
for
he
it.
went outside.
Hey, at least it only hurt a little. Hey, all right.
I remember growing up, I had a buddy of mine that
Adam Hurdle.
he wanted to see how it felt to get hit with a BB gun, so he shot himself in the foot with a BB gun.
I accidentally did that one time.
Well, he was wearing tennis shoes, and you know how they have the leather front toe, but the top of the toe was just mesh, and it just busted his toe up, started bleeding immediately, ruined his shoes.
I was wearing combat boots at the time, and I shot through, and it got stuck in the inner lining, but it hit my my ring toe. Like if I were to have a ring toe, not my pinky, but the other one.
Meanwhile, this guy, for shooting himself in the foot, not only did he injure himself clearly, but he was arrested for doing so. Also arrested for child endangerment because he had kids in the house when he decided to do it. So this guy was a moron beyond
So he
all
shot
classification.
Adam Hurdle shot himself in the foot just to see how it would feel. And this is a 22.
Where was this at?
And a 22 will do a good amount of damage up close. Nothing crazy. I mean, it's a 22. But if you shoot yourself in the foot, you'll break bones.
22 in the right spot is plenty dangerous.
Yeah, but the moment it comes out, it opens up. I mean, it's not something. I mean, obviously you got to allow for a little bit of.
It doesn't open up till it hits something.
Yeah, but sometimes they do if they're split already. You got to cut the little notch in the front of the bullet there. Anyways, I'm just saying, if you want to kill somebody, cut the notch in the bullet.
Better be close range. Anyways.
Dumbass. What a dumbass.
Not a public service announcement from
No.
the Cranial Mission Show.
A New Mexico man is facing charges after police say that this dude, he walked into an unlocked home. Now, Caleb already alluded to this. He wasn't looking for
If it's
chips.
unlocked, it's not breaking and entering.
Well, he wasn't looking for unlocked chips.
Is it?
No.
He was actually
disagree.
looking to make some baked potatoes. He stole some car keys and then walked into an unlocked house. A resident woke up finding him baking a potato. So Patrick Lynn Waits, 45, was caught by the resident. She awoke to a noise in her kitchen, found him. Actually, he was a considerate criminal, guys, because he was wiping down the countertop while baking the potato in the microwave.
What's his name? I didn't even break into my house.
Gentleman.
Patrick Waits. She asked him what he was doing there, and he told her, "Hey, I'm making a potato." I mean, clearly. Now she told him to
Can't
leave.
you not see what I'm doing?
She told him to leave, and when he was told to leave, he decided to walk outside, leaving the potato in the microwave, and then proceeded to rake the leaves in her front yard.
What a gentleman, dude.
Now she was smart. I mean, clearly he must have OCD. He just wanted to clean.
Yeah.
And, of course, get some carbs. I mean, you need some carbs when you're burning off energy.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going to leave the
And,
mop out at my house. He can come mop my floors. My cat's
So
throwing up
basically, she got her yard raked for the cost of a potato.
Right. Now she was smart enough to get him to stay because she convinced him, look, I need to pay you for your services, made him wait for payment while the police were coming to then arrest Mr. Waits.
That's kind of messed up. I would have said, hey, thanks. Appreciate all the hard work. I'd even give him money and say, come back next time you need some work done. That's kind of messed up that she called the police. I mean, I get the point, especially being a female. She probably did fear for her safety. But, hey, what
if it was one of those Wendy's baked potatoes with the nice nacho cheese and the little bacon? And you always ask for extra, but they never give you any extra freaking bacon on there.
Just don't spill the nacho cheese.
No, never spill the nacho cheese.
And if you're going to break into a house, make sure you don't get shot and then, masturbate in the porch afterward like last week.
Or pull a guy into your car in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Fuck you was
Ooh.
his name. PHUCKIE.
Fuck you.
This next story that Miggy has, and I did actually give you the link to this one.
And no, I just pulled it up on my own because I was afraid that you weren't going to do
No,
it.
I did actually give you a link to this one, and this one might be one of my favorite stories of the week.
This is Cape Coral, Florida. You know Cape Coral, Florida is right down the road from where we're at. Cape Coral has one of the largest German Oktoberfests in the state of Florida. Just as a heads up to you guys, if you're into Oktoberfest, Cape Coral, Florida. Yes, folks, on Periscope, say hi to Ben there. Cape Coral, Florida has one of the largest German Oktoberfests in the state of Florida. If you guys ever want to check that out, do your own research because I'm not going to do it for you. Cape Coral, Florida, authorities arrested a guy who was dancing on top of a marked sheriff's sport utility vehicle, kind of like a suburban kind of thing.
Right.
And he blamed the incident on vampires. His dancing routine included Hall & Oates' Rich Girl, Supertramp's Goodbye Stranger, and this guy really just wanted to ward off the vampires for these folks. I thought it was pretty nice of him.
Yeah, that's very, very thoughtful.
Yeah, he was not. He alleged say he was not on the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time.
Of course not.
And he didn't have any mental health issues. But you know what? The guy is just a concerned citizen Vampires are all over the place. We get a lot at the castle, right down here in Ybor City, Florida. That's where we're broadcasting from, in the heart of Ybor Muda Triangle.
You know, when you recount the vampire myths, when you think about how you ward off vampires.
1, 2, 3,
Thank you. It counts. One of those is garlic, right?